Good morning. I am getting ready for a workout class, and this morning I wanted to talk a little bit about consistency and how important it is in life. And thinking about consistency, it can be across all aspects of life, um, from your relationship and the time you spend with your family to the way that you show up for yourself, like I am this morning, to work out, or it could be the way that you're eating. These shoes are tight. I haven't worn them since last time I was down here. But if we're inconsistent, that's when we are out of alignment usually. So, one of the important things that I do every single day is movement. And this has been consistently practiced for myself since August this year. I got really out of alignment the year before, and it was because I was inconsistent from basically January on. These shoes are really giving me a hard time today. And I just kind of fell into a bit of a lull, I guess, with my routines, with my workouts, with my journaling, with just how I was feeling in general. And I let myself kind of fall out of my practices that made me always feel good. And this is not a good thing when we're, I'm gonna move over here and sit down. When we're working on ourselves, and I'm gonna try to adjust this. When we're working on ourselves and how we want to feel and how we want to be with others, the way that we spend time with people, it's really important that we are taking good care of ourselves. And so I have the mentality of me first. It may sound selfish, but I am always, every single day, thinking about the way in which I can show up for myself. And when I show up for myself, I'm better for everyone else in my life. So for me, that starts with picking up my journal every morning. And I'm about to do that right now. I ripped a page out yesterday, but to write something every single morning, even if it's like writing down that I wrote something, or maybe I have some deep thoughts that I want to share on the pages. And then I have my breakfast. I have my coffee, which I'm having now. And I am just making sure I have the time and the space to sit with myself before I have my movement. It's really important to me that every single morning I am moving in some way, whether that's a walk around the block or a workout class like I'm going to today, which I'm actually really excited about. I haven't been to a class in a long time. I really like to go to the gym on my own. I go at home Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday to do weight training. And then Wednesdays, I usually go and do some like sprint training on the treadmill in the wintertime. And then in the summer, I try to be outside as much as possible because I prefer not to be inside when it's so nice out. So those are kind of a few things that I do. I've been working with a coach and she's amazing, and I have gained so much strength. The goal when I started I guess it was September, I started working with her in a small group format. And I had a work trip coming up, and I was supposed to go to Chile, and I got to choose which adventure I wanted to film. I'm a filmmaker, and I chose the hardest one. It was hiking this really crazy high volcano, basically mountaineering. And it was something I'd never known before. And I thought, this is going to be the thing that gets me back to feeling really good, because I'm going to have to be able to do this. And I signed up for it, and immediately I started. There was also biking on the itinerary as well. A lot of biking. A lot of the people that I go on these trips with are crazy good at what they do when it comes to athleticism. Some of them own cycling companies, some of them own, hiking companies, some of them are just more food, adventure travel, things like that. But this particular one, I was with some really fit individuals, and I trained for the trip because my goal was to feel like I could keep up with everyone while also filming. When you have a camera in your hand, you have to constantly stop, take the camera, make the clip, and then you have to catch back up. So it's almost like sprint training on a mountain, or if you're hiking across something, or if you're biking, you have to go faster. Thankfully, we used e-bikes for part of the trip. But these were things I had trained for. And I started in August. I jumped on my bike. I started to lift weights, and I had not lifted this way in such a long time. When I was in college, I found a trainer at the gym that I went to. There was a girl named Ness, and she and I decided we were going to sign up and be fitness competitors. And we bought the bikinis and the shoes, and we started to train. Well, I was not trained so well in my mind to eat the way that you're supposed to back then. I couldn't do it. But I did lift heavy weights back then, so I was familiar with that kind of aspect of lifting. But I have learned so much since September. I have gained so much confidence in myself through all aspects, through my work, through my just showing up in life. And it feels really good to be strong. So being consistent has taught me so much from September, well, actually August, because I started riding my bike in August. So what is that? August, September, October, November, December, January, February. It's been 7 months now. And there's been, I think, twice where I did not make a workout. Well, obviously, when I was on the trip, I was out in the wild in Patagonia, doing all these things. But there have only been, I think, 2 days where I missed being athletic, and it was because I was exhausted and recovering, or I got sick once. But I haven't missed a day. I have been very consistent with my routines, the way that I show up for myself, and you can see the results. Like, I can feel how good I feel. I can physically see the changes in my body, and I feel so strong. But as I said, the strength isn't just about your body. It's about the way that it carries and spills over into all the aspects of your life, in your relationships, in your family, in your work. I mean, my bank account has soared since I started really focusing on these things, like the journaling, like meditation every single night. Before, I was in the morning, I was doing that, but I decided it was better for me in the evening to wind down after a long day at work. So I use a guided meditation, usually an hour before bed, sometimes while I'm falling asleep, and it feels so good. So if you want something to happen in your life, it could be work, it could be better relationship with your partner, it could be financial, it could be anything. If you want improvement in some aspect of your life, start showing up for yourself consistently every single day, even when you don't want to do it and it feels hard. That's when you make the progress, and you will see major results. That's what I'm going to leave you with today. And then I'm headed off to, after my journaling, to my workout class. I will check in tomorrow and let you know how sore I am.